Hello, welcome to Comcast Newsmakers. I'm Ellie Pai Hong. Today we're talking about leveraging numbers, data, and stats to build up the Black tech community and by doing so, improve overall diversity for the technology sector. With me for this discussion is Fabian Elliott. He is CEO of Black Tech Mecca. Fabian, so great to have you here.
It's a pleasure to be here.
You started Black Tech Mecca because you work here in Chicago and you wanted to figure out what the picture looks like for Black technology workers. What did you find?
It was very interesting findings. I mean, we had our highs and lows as far as it was really exciting to see that there was a much larger, Black tech workforce than I would have thought of. We estimated it was about 40,000. But then on the other end, there were some of the downsides of when you started to look in at the occupation distribution, that we were really overrepresented in some of the lower paying tech occupations versus some of the higher paying tech occupations. And also the same thing with leadership. When you started digging in and, okay, for these 40,000, where are they on the food chain, in their different companies? Some of that data was disturbing, so that's what we were looking at.
Because generally the perception is, or the findings are, there are very low number of Black tech workers in general nationwide.
Yep, correct.
So in Chicago, 40,000 sounds like a big number, but like you said, it was a little bit deceiving in terms of the breakdown.
Exactly. Like when you start to peel back the onion a bit, as they would say, and like go into, okay, what exactly are these 40,000 people doing, and where are they fitting into the ecosystem? There's still a big opportunity to improve.
Yeah. You looked at Chicago, but you started getting response from other cities around the country.
Yeah, so it got crazy. So once we released our report on Chicago, we knew a couple other people in other cities that were interested in the same work, but folks just came out the woodworks that were like, we're trying to figure out this diversity and inclusion thing in our city. We have no way to measure it. Can you please bring your framework? Can you please help us to be able to get a better understanding on what's happening in our city? So folks from Memphis to DC to even Toronto, folks were reaching out. And so that's where we saw an opportunity to do a bit more.
So you're taking this national, and you're holding a national summit to bring folks together to not only share your best practices, but to figure out how to do things better.
Exactly. So the thing is, being an entrepreneur, being someone trying to drive change, especially in this type of work that we're doing, not only is it tough, but it can be lonely. And sometimes you feel like you're the only person in your community or in your city or even in the world that's trying to do what you do. But what we found is that from the research we've done and what we've communicated to the world, the response we've gotten is that there's actually a large growing community of people that are creating coding boot camps in their cities, that are starting entrepreneurial incubators. And what's going to be interesting is how we can come together, not only learn from each other, but support each other, cry on each other's shoulders, tell each other it's going to be okay, but also figure out how we can work together between these cities and between these communities.
Another component of the city that you're doing is a career fair, because you found 40,000 workers, but a lot of the companies were saying, where are these workers?
Exactly. Like every time I mention that 40,000 number to a recruiter or anyone, they're like, you got to be kidding me. Like, where are these people? We can't find them. And so from the research, one of the best ways we thought we could start to actually activate and create changes, how can we use our summit as a platform to help connect some of these dots and raise this connectivity and connect talented job seekers with folks that are looking for diverse tech talent? And so that's what we're doing with our talent showcase.
And what's really encouraging too is that employers are actively looking for diversity in their workforce.
So much so. So Google's a great example. So not only are they participating in the talent showcase, but they're also the title sponsor for the entire talent showcase. It's going to feature companies such as Pinterest, Signal, a lot of great local tech companies, some of the local banks, Discover Financial. So we're going to have a ton of awesome companies with awesome opportunities, and we just want to make sure the community is aware of it and can engage.
But it's not a simple solution, is it? I mean, obviously a career fair is a great way, one way to do things.
One tiny step.
Yeah, but it's got to be a multi-pronged approach.
Of course, and so that's where the talent showcase is one piece, but then I mentioned that growing community earlier. And so we're also going to be helping to train them to be more effective in being able to create change back in their local communities. And so we're going to have a lot of workshops and training on that front.
Wonderful. For more information on the summit, folks can head to the website, sbte.co. And for the organization, folks can head to blacktechmecca.org. Fabian, so great to have you here.
Always a pleasure.
Thank you so much for your time. And I'm Ellie Pai Hong. We will see you next time on Comcast Newsmakers.